Shit, Ichi's passed out. God, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Don't worry, I got a plate.
No. I know exactly what to wake him up. Wake up, Ichi. Hey, do you want some Pepsi? Here you go.
Yes.
Here you go.
It's been such a rough week. I need it.
No. I'm gonna take over the show.
Wait, here, let's open a new
one.
one.
You need to go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Back to sleep. It's my show now.
Kick you the roll call!
We are live!
Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Wielding equipment, the plot, and ire! Bluecaster, Ishida Zazil!
Loud and impulsive, Pinkcaster, Lane!
One little spark of courage. Dreamcaster, Global South Perka.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
Well, Yellow Caster, Ichi's dead!
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to eat pizza here. Oh, hang on, I have a revive axe. There you go.
I'm sick as fuck!
Yes, he is. Welcome to the Radio Sentai Castranger, everybody.
The podcast where we talk about
No, we've done that joke like 4 times. We're not doing it anymore.
I will do a little intro bit because I'm trying to be friendly to new fans.
We're a podcast of assholes who talk about Keisatsu, and I'm Pinkcaster. Hi.
No,
They heard the roll call!
now, you gotta remember, if we want to be really polite, they have to call us assholes, smegheads, or wankers.
Wankers, I love that
What
one.
the fuck is a smeghead?
Have you never watched Red Dwarf?
No! Red Dwarf sucks! Showed me the first episode and I was like, Gar, I don't care!
I am not
And
caffeinated enough for this.
Blaze, what's the Pokemon?
Well, it's episode Foxy.
It's what?
Apparently it's...
Foxy.
There's Experiment 222, Foxy.
God fucking damn it.
That
Sure.
was my first thought
No.
when you said 222.
Corsola, cool.
That's the experiment that made people sick. That
Yep.
was the episode where the
Oh my god, and I'm sick!
I thought I was supposed to be quiet until
Yeah, you are supposed to be quiet.
I'm gonna freak out. I
I thought you were just gonna type the thing. Anyways,
Sorry, I didn't know.
so
Edit
this
that
week,
out.
Damn it, show's over.
So this week we're doing a double episode because we weren't here last week, so we got double the Zio, double the Loop Pat,
Double the freshness, double the fun.
and next week we'll do the Go On Your Movie.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna do the Go On Movie when I'm not here.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, Scar.
Or we could just do it the week that you are here.
Yeah, we'll do the week you're
Did I
here.
come in?
Or we can just do it tonight.
Go on your movie because
No.
I already spent time watching it at 2 in the
Too
morning.
bad! I'm sick and we did an extra long episode and I feel like hell!
Yeah. So, anyways, let's talk about let's talk about Zios.
Oh, it's...
Fucking...
Wait, Blaze, no!
Oh,
Fuck! I triggered him.
And this is when I leave.
oh,
See, I know better than to say one of the two things that triggers Blaze. First one is O's, second one is Q Ranger.
Ow.
Fuck!
what? What?
Nothing?
Real good bit, real organic, everyone.
Yoshilucky!
Oh, wait, what?
Oh god, my Lucky hypeness is coming out again! Lucky's best friend!
But we're not doing Space Squad yet.
No.
Really fucking stellar performance with that bit, everybody.
So anyways, this week we're talking about Zio episodes 10, 11, and
10.5 and 11.5.
yeah, and Lupin Pat's
39
39
and 40.
40. God, we're already on episode 40?
And nothing's happened!
Hey! Zamigo's relevant to the plot again.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, Zio episode 10.
Yeah.
Dan,
This was best episode.
it was pretty good.
I love that Waz, in the opening bit, he says that Dan is...
Oh yeah, Gar's not in it because he's like, fuck Zio.
Hey, but these are good episodes.
Oh, I don't have enough room on my external hard drive to fucking watch it. That's why I'm not watching
That
it.
is horseshit!
And continue to watch Ultraman.
Stream it, bitch!
Hey, Ultraman's awesome. Episode 61, out now.
The few episodes I've watched, I've liked.
Don't you dare diss Ultraman.
Fuck you.
Chwa!
I need to get our thoughts out before I fucking pass out.
Okay.
Oh.
So Waz says at the opening bit that Dan is trying to use another O's to take over the country. Except, no, he isn't. He fucking seceded from Japan to make his own country, you dumb fuckboy!
True. He made his own.
And you also spoiled O's for him again! Just like you spoiled Build.
I don't care. It was my form, so I'm happy.
And also,
Like your ammos.
so Hina meets Eiji for the first time because the O's timeline's already been erased. And then she breaks them out with her super strength that she apparently does have!
Yep.
She's still a strong girl.
So why did she let Dan push her around earlier?
I still love that she just goes, like the
And
sound
they
she
still
makes.
don't explain why she has
I'm
it!
pretty sure one of the
Because-
the O's novel they explained it.
That
Maybe
does
she
us no
drank her
good!
Yeah, she just drank her milk, unlike Edward Elric.
My bones are so brittle, but I always drink plenty of milk.
The hell?
Oh yeah, Maul.
She drank her Ovaltine.
Her Ovaltine?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna say I forgot to add to the Waz counter from episode 10, so I gotta rewatch episode 10 to see how many times he
You're
said
slacking!
it. So, as of episode 11, from what I've watched, he has now said it 21 times, but I will go back and watch episode 10 and add to the extra count, so...
I don't think he said it that much then. Maybe like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So, as Hina and Eiji are escaping, they pass by Sougo, and I love that Hina just, stops and gives him the fucking stink eye.
And I have to say, Sougo is becoming an amazing protagonist. I am honestly enjoying I'm actually enjoying Zio more than Gates now.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I was actually surprised to learn that the fight between him and Gates in episode 9 wasn't a fucking performance.
Oh no, just Zio straight up kicked his ass.
He actually just thwomped a bitch in order to appease
You know
his
what?
new Wagamo.
That reminds me of the episode of Build where Banjo just went up to Sento and he's like, "No, you were fighting right now," and Sento's like, "Oh, okay," and beats him with a fucking trial for him because he's like, I beat you."
Get on my hazard level.
Well, that was back when Banjo didn't know how to fucking be a rider. So,
But yeah. So
excuse me.
it turns out that Sougo is actually just genuinely infatuated with Dan and wants to study under him as a king.
Line, bitch.
But
So he can learn not to be like
yeah,
him.
I'm gonna study you so I know what not to do, because you're a bad man.
It's just like
You're a dick.
I don't know why, but just Sougo has this. His smile is just adorable.
It's
every time
like-
he
It's weirdly infectious and just a little creepy.
yeah, but it's awesome. Just every time he does a facial reaction. So I remember last week's episode, Dan held on to Sougo and Sougo just went ooh, he just had this really reaction. He's good at reacting.
I am still a little uncomfortable from 9.5 where Dan just leads him around with his belt like a leash.
Yeah,
It-
but that was
when I find
that
the
got-
best part was that was ad libbed.
That got real fetishy.
Yeah, but he improv that. It was fucking amazing.
That's what makes it creepy.
Because Sougo made so many fucking mistakes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh god.
And it gets worse because in this episode, Dan calls Sougo his little puppy.
He calls him his puppy.
Yeah, he keeps calling him Poochie.
Yeah.
Poochie.
And so Sougo gets up in his case about what do you actually want to do as king? I want everyone to bow before me so I can evolve into my next form.
Oh wait, there's Zio Chaser
Great
armor.
King Dan.
Dan Kuroto Dio. And yeah, here's a nice custom of
Yeah,
Zio
good job,
Chaser armor.
Good job, Rider Custom. That actually looks really
And
good.
like I said when I watched that episode a few weeks ago, I now want a Super Sentai mech called Dan Kuroto Dio.
Dan Kuroto
We'll have one limb will be the bite will be the sports gamer, one will be zombie gamer, one will be proto action gamer, and I don't know about the rest.
One is Chanbara because he stole Giri Chanbara.
Also,
and the main body is Maximum Gamer.
Or God Maximum.
Also, we did find out. That Dan did kill Masamune.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking straight up just.
Yeah, you didn't really see how he did it. It looked like he just pushed him and he fell.
No. We saw that he was like strangling him at his desk.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You never believed in me, Dad.
I prefer when he killed him with the moon, but that's just me.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God, fucking damn, that was awesome.
But we have to remember that this is a timeline that after the Exate timeline has already been erased. And I'm actually surprised that we explore something like this. Like, what happens to these characters from one Rider show when their timeline gets erased?
Well, Hero just continued to be a genius surgeon. Maybe... why am I blanking on his name right now?
Still just
Taiga. Taiga. He, no.
I didn't see anything.
Taiga.
Yeah, Taiga. Taiga, he didn't lose his license. He's still like a...
Probably.
Yeah.
So we get to talk more with Eiji, and he confirms that he's still all about tomorrow's underwear.
Yeah.
Even though the timeline...
Okay.
The timeline where he was a hobo got erased, though.
Okay, but no! See, again, this is a thing where, no, that's not related to him being a hobo, that's just a thing he believes in. That's just a thing he believes in.
It wasn't erased. He said, like, from what I gathered from what he said, he still did that, but over time he realized that he's not going to be able to help anyone like that. So he went back to his family to be a politician.
Yeah, because he references the thing where, like, he tried to save that little girl or whatever, and she got blown up in that war.
Flashback, yeah.
Yeah, so they had that. They brought back that flashback from O's, which was really good. I'm glad they did that.
He had a literal Vietnam flashback.
Yep.
It's interesting that that part of his history survived the timeline erasure.
Well, because again, like this is just like
had nothing to do with being O.
And that's exactly why.
Yeah, so I like that attention to continuity that they like. That was still a thing.
They even slightly reference Ankh by having him have the little red feather on his suit.
Yeah, and then
really wish that he was like a police officer or something instead, because I would have wanted him to be partners with Hina's brother.
No, you know what I think they should have done?
Hmm?
After Dan Kuroto decided to secede, the police of Japan should have sent in a strike force to get Eiji out, and leading that strike force should have been Hina's brother.
Yeah. What I also liked was when we see Dan get turned into another O's for the first time, we see like Eiji in like the middle of doing his rider kick, like the first time we see his proper rider kick, and like and the pillar is like hit or whatever, and then he dehenshins, and it's actually like a new clip of like Eiji's actor just going like, what the fuck? Lost my powers.
And yeah, that clip was from episode 3 when he's fighting the Neko Yami.
And yeah, constantly like through the pillars.
They didn't have to make it so it was just a shot from the back, like a few of the other ones they did.
Yeah, no, I think they actually filmed Shu Watanabe like pertaining to like dehenshin from O's, being like, what the fuck happened?
Oh yeah.
So that was cool. I'm glad they did that.
Let's see.
I guess that kind of proves that like for like a few seconds the riders still remember that they are riders. And they have no clue what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, I saw something recently. The ride watches do hold the memories of that rider not existing, because after another rider is destroyed, like everything should go back to normal, but it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think
the ride watch mechanics are a little dicey, but
also in like.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, it was awesome also when, like, Wool just, like, kind of, like, walked in on, like, Dan, and, like, he's, like, walking upside down, and Dan's just looking at him like, the fuck?
And another thing to mention about that scene where he becomes another O's for the first time is, if you noticed in the background, it's fucking Dr. Maki's creepy little doll.
Yeah, Dr. Maki's little doll's there.
Yeah, I actually had to ask you guys what that was, because I was thinking, why is there a creepy doll in the background?
And
Emily, one of the main characters in O's had a weird, creepy little doll.
No, and Emily, in one of the episodes, like, he ends up, like, and, like, Dr. Maki, like, the character who has the doll, he, like, has he's in the ocean or, like, on the beach or something like that, and so he puts like seaweed on his like doll's head that look like hair, and it looks like dreadlocks, like Bob Marley would. So he just goes, "Boaty."
It's really weird.
It's super weird, but he did it.
That episode.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, like so I had to ask, like, did anyone else notice that? Was that a reference to something?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Maki's creepy ass doll. Apparently that's a thing in Japan.
So Gates calls Sougo to a battle, but like to the quote unquote finish in the middle of some plot raid.
Yep.
And I love it. Like Gates, even though he got his ass stomped last time, still goes base form, and Zio decides to answer in kind. And while they're fighting, they end up having to save some people from more of Dan's yummies. And for the first time, we get to see each of them do their time change attacks with their weapons, and those are neat.
Yep.
But earlier, if I remember, wait, no, never mind.
Oh, there was one thing earlier I wanted to mention.
I was thinking ahead.
There was one thing earlier I didn't mention. So, like, we see Soup and Gates in the clock shop. Like, when she brought him in at the end of last episode, she was screaming to get, like, first aid kit. But then, in this episode, right before he brings the first aid kit, you see Soup just using her fucking future iPad to shoot, like, a healing beam on him and completely heal him.
Yep. And then Uncle's just like, oh.
So why did she ask for first aid?
To get
use the Japanizing beam
to get him out of the room so she could do that.
But why?
He was out of the room
Because she doesn't want him knowing that they're from the future.
But he wasn't. He was standing in the front of the shop, so he wouldn't have seen her using the beam on him.
He may have came in at any time. I don't know.
Fucking.
He was already distracted.
Just throw him something to fix.
Here's the clock. Clock.
And it really was a clock.
Yeah. Oh no, that was the next episode.
Oh yeah, next
Next
episode. I
episode.
watched them both today, so sorry.
So we see Eiji give Sougo the O's and Tasha Doru watches, but throughout all of these two episodes, we never see him give the blank ones to him, so we have no idea how he got them.
Again, I've said this before. It's time travel. He can do it later. He'll do it tomorrow.
He'll do it tomorrow.
But like he says to Sougo, "These are yours, aren't they?" That implies that he didn't get them from Sougo.
Huh.
I think at least.
I mean, again, his memory was erased, so
I don't know. All of the times that he's given the blank ride watches has been after they defeat the other rider, and the timeline's already erased.
well, fuck you.
So then we get the most amazing scene in this episode where Aura rides in on what looks like Castle Duran, but then it fucking transforms and opens up, and it's a fucking time machine with goddamn Castle Duran on it.
It was so cool. Why is that one not getting a toy?
Right? I'd buy that.
No, that was pretty surprising.
Just like a Castle Duran ride gadget.
Yeah, a little mini.
Just like our Melon Boy.
Well, I'm still waiting for the eventual
And none of them bought the chicken.
mini belt sign. I want it.
Right?
Oh yeah, Thunderbreast has a point when she freaking needed the other guy, Dan.
No one forget the scene with Eiji when he picked up Eiji to use him as a club.
Right?
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah. That was great.
Never forget the time a rider was used as a weapon by a non-rider.
Yep. So Gates walks in and goes Genmu, and he actually uses the Shakariki sports wheel in that fight.
Yeah. And then
Soup sweeps him in, and Soup sweeps in with the time machine for them to go back to 2010. But before that happens, we get a fight between Zio's time machine and Aura, who cycles. The Taka Watchroid.
It's like, hey, use this thing, you stupid fuck.
They still haven't explained where the fuck the Taka Watchroid came from.
Yeah, I thought they were going to actually...
I don't care best character.
It was pretty adorable, though, and I like how it shot.
I don't character.
Yes.
I like things that shoot thunder.
Yeah. So you'll like Kyoryu Gold then.
And Blade.
Yeah. So we see
thunder.
We see the
shout at them.
So we see the time machine use the O's watch, which gives it the Tora claws, and then the Tasha Doru watch, which gives it the wings.
Yes.
Yep.
Tasha Doru.
The machines can already fly though, so what's the fucking point?
Wow, maybe
because
it has something to do
Tasha
with
shut up.
Maybe it makes them more accurate flyers instead of just sort of hovering.
I just love that it does for its Gigascan time break, it does goddamn prominence drop. Tasha Doru's signature attack.
No, but yeah, he gets the wings because it makes him faster.
Does it though?
Yes, it just makes him look cool,
It
so whatever.
looks cooler. Shut up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I gotta agree with Blaze.
This is the one thing Blaze is militant about, I see.
O's is my life.
All you need is those.
Yes. He is my king. I
Yeah.
would die for him.
So anyways, they defeat Aura, and then Zio goes back to the past, into 2010.
Gonna take you back to...
And
defeat the guy whose games just suck ass.
ooh,
Well, it actually kind of works, because, I mean, Genu has to be him.
yep. And then
we... that.
we finally get to see Zio O's armor with another Iwai by our boy
But
Waz.
it
Yeah.
starts with
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! And I'm just like,
Yes.
Waz, continue being awesome, please.
continue being best boy.
Yeah, no, Waz is best character.
We should just call him Comrade or Best Boy.
Comrade
Kamen Rider Hype Man.
Best Boy!
Yeah, he's Comrade Heart Man.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, no, the O's armor, it's really cool looking. I love the henshin because it's exactly like the fucking just...
The fucking 3 animals fly in out of nowhere and then
it
form the
just
armor.
does the henshin like Tataba does.
I love it.
It's great.
It's definitely one of the better looking forms.
Yes.
Birth armor.
Now we have a custom...
Oh, that actually looks cool!
Why you have ball shoulders? Because the fucking Gashapon.
No, but the helmet looks
He looks
sick.
kind of like a dick.
The helmet looks sick. No, it looks like a pair of balls.
Well, I mean, Gates is a dick.
2 balls!
Well, they are a pair of balls.
It's your boy Two Balls.
2 balls. But yeah, no, the only thing that I would actually would have liked that they would have done is given, like, him a pair of claws.
Well, the idea is that it's the tiger going sideways across the
So
armor.
it's the Tora claws?
I don't know.
I love the fact that he just has a giant tiger sticking off out of his shoulder.
Right?
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be gaudy and impractical, but it actually kind of...
And then I
Pulls it off.
just like the chest logo for like Tataba is just it's the kanji
text.
for Taka, Tora, and Bata.
Yeah.
That's fucking
It
great.
works perfectly. I love it. Best form.
Yep.
It's definitely up
saving
there.
up my
It's cool.
money just to buy a time machine to get that ride watch.
Nice.
Good luck getting the Tashadoru one.
I said it before. I'll say it again, Lane. If you can get the guy, the guy who you guys get toys from to pre-order a Hazard one. If you get me a Tajador one, I will pay you.
Sure.
In metals.
Yes.
Some metals.
Speaking of metals, my favorite part of O's armor is the fact that all of his attacks just make the enemy bleed metals, just like in O's.
Yep.
That was always my favorite part of fights in O's.
I was kind of hoping though when Dan got defeated though, I was kind of hoping, well, I'm not done yet. Just fucking pulls out a gamer driver, just like fuck you. I'm saving this for like fucking 2 years.
That timeline has already been erased.
No, but he made the gamer driver before X8 happened, so the gamer driver was already a thing. He can just make it.
Actually, wait, yeah. I mentioned this before. What about
Because
every
the
single writer that was
Here's
literally the last writer to appear?
Here's the thing.
Because I like to believe
Here's
that
the
the
thing.
timeline. No,
Before
the
Here's the-
timeline
he
gets
just
erased
followed
when the
this one,
show
right? This
starts.
Here's the thing. It has to accompany... all the erasures have to encompass anything related to both the writers and their villains. In the same way that the Build timeline erased Evol in that he didn't come to Earth and murder everyone unopposed, when the X8 timeline was erased, it's safe to assume that it's because the Bugsters were erased and thus there was nothing to power the gamer driver.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
I just remembered. We've come up with the theory that Evolt is related to Naga from Lupinranger.
I saw
Well,
that
they're
in the
both
chat.
snake aliens.
Yeah, because they're both humanoid snake-related aliens that have
both
their own
Sneeple.
that have their own powers and are and just want to destroy the world.
And they don't have actual emotions.
And they don't have emotions.
That's actually pretty sound. I like that.
Sneeple. That's what Emily said.
Naga and Evol
There you go.
Evolt was his
sounds
name.
like the name of a crappy TV show.
Evil.
Naga and Evolt.
So yeah, then Edgy, Hina, Chad, they're like, yeah, well, let's get together sometime. Yeah, sure, okay, bye.
And then they part and don't ever talk again.
Gonna fuck.
And then they.
Oh, one thing to note is when he does the scanning time break, he actually screams, "Say ya!"
Yeah, say ya! What's
If he had not said that, I would have hated this episode.
Right.
What's Osa's favorite anime? Seiya!
And Waz
What does
just...
he eat for? Hey, what does he eat for breakfast? Cheerios.
O's.
Lucio O's.
Worst pun, but I love it.
That's good.
Also, they forgot the chicken. So then Uncle Zio is just like, yeah, sure, I'll go. Because I honestly, my theory right now is that the uncle is an older Sougo.
They forgot the chicken, just like this episode forgot about Ankh.
This.
Oh no! No!
That's good.
No!
I did not put that together. One other thing I wanted to mention is right after another Oz is defeated, Waz just walks up and he literally calls Dan shit. You are the manure that will foster the growth of Wagamao.
Yeah, oh yeah, he just calls fucking Dan piece of shit and then just closes the book on him.
Yeah. And that's the end of that chapter.
And fuck you.
And fuck you.
But yeah, watch Uncle Junichiro turn out to be Omazeo because of all the times they left and ignored him.
Yep. Not be surprised.
And the episode ends with Gates.
When did Sougo get the watch fetish?
Yeah. So the episode ends with Gates basically recommitting to killing Sougo, and he walks off with Aura looking on. And then we see, for some goddamn reason, an orange roll up to the feet of none other than Kota!
Oh, yeah.
Because he's Orange Man.
And when Lane and I watched that episode, we were surprised because they actually did not confirm that he was coming back until we saw that episode.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, it's actually Gakusano! Holy shit! So yeah. So...
That was all just episode 10,
yeah,
Jesus.
so then 10.5...
This is actually really interesting. So it's about the fact that Zio has had different writers and directors over its run so far. And apparently the one writing it up until episode 8 and 9, but like up to including 8, was Shimoyama. And the one writing it since 9 is Mori. And I gotta say, episode 9 is where I started liking the series. So if this is the guy writing it, can he continue? Because he's knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, guess what? Because he's the guy who helped write O's. And O's is best boy.
And Gaim.
Yep.
Gaim is also best boy.
He did more Gaim than others.
Yeah. So there's this one shot earlier in this 0.5 where Soup says that she would judge things for herself, but then just immediately trusts Sougo, and then she turns to the camera and goes, "Am I a dere?" and just gives like the most disturbingly cute face she's done so far.
Oh no, it was adorable. I loved it.
And
yes,
so
it was adorable, but the fact that it was adorable, it was creepy.
Sure.
And the fact, but afterwards, Sougo's just like, ugh, hot. Like, my dick.
Whoa. And just, yeah.
So they go over the different staff, and they even leave in a couple of outtakes, because, like, she fucks up pronouncing someone's name, and then you hear someone behind the camera going, "Can we do that again?" And then they just break down laughing, and they cut right from there.
She also mentions episodes 11 and 12, which haven't aired yet.
Yeah. Well, episode 11 has, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like, at the time of that, when that came out.
Yeah. So it boils down to, we must protect our characters no matter who writes or directs our show.
Yep.
So that was interesting.
It was funny.
Alright, so proving that the new writer really knows what the fuck he's doing, episode 11 just went in all kinds of weird and interesting ways.
We now have the whole thing that every time travel plot has to have at some point, character meeting themselves.
Yes.
So it starts with Gaim armor.
Blaze! Oh, this is over!
No!
Back to the ether!
Back to the ether!
Wait, but can I stay for longer? Does it involve O's?
No.
Then fuck all of you, I'm leaving.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
And we'll stay only for O's.
Goodbye.
All right.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Blaze.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
Yep.
But yeah, so episode 11 starts, and just we're already here. We're already in 2013 fighting. Oh my god!
No, I just because before I saw I only saw the clip of the Gaim armor Henshin, so I'm like, okay, that's a thing, and then I just started watching the episode. I'm like, wait, we're already here? So it was one of those things where he's already fighting a character, and then would pause, and it's like, you're probably wondering, why am I in this situation right now? Well, let me tell you, it all started when. So we get the Gaim armor, and so okay, so the reason why the Gaim face is on the chest is because it's supposed to look like an arms armor.
Because Gaim arms.
Yeah. And so it goes down, and so you just
drops onto Zio like a Lockseed armor.
No, but it kind of reminded me of the time when Koda was trying to use Squeak arms, and he's just bring it on!
Oh god, it's too big!
Yeah. Mini!
He just gets flipped over, and Waz just keeps going.
Yeah, he's trying to do the whole spiel, and then he's just it's oh god, it's so heavy. He's like,
I'm doing a thing here, my Wagamao.
Anyways, and and then he just goes Palendo!
Continuing his noble tradition of fucking up everyone's catchphrase.
And he goes Suya! Gaimu!
Gaimu!
Which I'm still gonna say the Gaim Ride Watch doesn't look that good because any Kamen rider that has a single visor,
it looks awkward when the split on the DX watch.
Yeah, so it looks bad.
So the answer is get the SG version if they put it out.
Well, maybe. See, on XA it works nicely. Forza works really nicely.
I think the best example is Wizard.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you.
And Gates, actually.
I'll agree with you. Yeah, no, Gates looks really good too. So, but yeah, and then Sougo just gets sucked into this time paradox thingy.
He's about to finish off another Gaim, but then he, breaks time or some shit. And then he's in an area where all these different scenes are, scattered around the background, and it almost looks like the opening.
Really interesting aesthetically. It was almost vaporwave looking.
It almost looks like the opening where all the riders are paralyzed and they're walking around, so that might be a foreshadow.
It was glitching out.
And then we see, man of the beginning, Koda, in a new outfit, walk up and say, "Is this man really worth saving?" So Koda is telling Zio to let Sougo die because the consequences of saving him are not worth what he's doing?
Yeah, so...
This got real confusing. It felt a lot like Wataru walking up and telling Decade to murder all the riders.
Yeah, and also the best part was Space God Koda. So.
But he was wearing a different outfit for some reason.
Because he fucking can, whatever. We've proven that he literally does not need to use the belt and everything to transform to Kiwami arms. He can just go and bam, Kiwami arms.
That's fine, but why wasn't he wearing that armor that he wears in that form?
He doesn't need to.
And here's another question. If the timeline erasure has already happened here, how the fuck is Kota still Space God?
Because he's a Space God. It doesn't matter.
Space God, not Time God.
He's still a god. The rules of time do not affect him.
When the Gaim timeline gets erased, everyone's better off because they should all be living happy, normal lives.
Nope. Another great thing was about this.
Where's Mai?
Fuck Mai.
That's a good point.
He did!
Poor Michi. So another
Michi.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Gaim armor for a sec. Oh my Jesus fucking Christ! It's just as terrible as the magazine scans.
It's still not that good.
The spider arms are terrifying.
I will say the thing I was most shocked and surprised at in this episode was the use of Helheim. They incorporated Helheim, which is good because in Gaim, Helheim was a very important factor.
This is something that I could see being on either side of the "it was erased because of the timeline got erased" debate. Mm-hmm. Helheim was very important in Gaim, but the invasion of Helheim in the Overlord world did happen before the series, so it could be argued
that Sagara decided not to go to Earth.
Yeah, that's why we don't see Sagra either anymore.
Yeah. So, like, Sagra just, like, he looked in another direction and saw another planet.
Yeah,
Like,
Helheim existed beforehand, but in the Gaim timeline, it took over that dimension where the Overlords live, because Helheim was an existence that invaded different worlds. You know what I mean? I'm zombied in the head right now, so I'm not elaborating as well as I could be, but I think you get what I'm saying.
I'm gonna say, though, now seeing another Gaim in, like, full form, I love another Gaim.
I love that it's just a rotten orange
just
armor.
a rotten orange! And he has, like, a giant fucking Dai Maru, like, it's a two-handed Dai Maru.
I love that.
He looks really fucking good. And, like, and honestly, with Gaim's helmet, it looks really good as, like, a monster face.
And the blade on his helmet is actually through his head instead of in front of it.
Yeah. So, like, great job. Like, another Gaim's one of my favorite
And
riders.
he's even got a really weird, twisted-looking Sengoku driver analog on him.
Yep. And he just...
Don't they all have that? Like,
Yeah.
Well, for the driver, that...
Yeah.
And I love the Gaim ride watch, like another Gaim ride watch. It's like Gaim. So... yeah, so, like, the another Gaim is, like, apparently, like, the current head of Team Baron, because apparently he pushed Kaitou into Helheim.
I noticed something. I recognize his name. So his name is Asura, and if you remember from the Gaim Gaiden, Black Baron, his name was Shura. So this is clearly a Decade-style AU version of Black Baron.
Yeah, which it would have been cool if they actually got the guy who was Black Baron, because that would have made a lot of fucking sense.
I feel like they probably wanted to, but couldn't, so
But
it's
I
just
guess
like...
they just couldn't.
Yeah.
Anyways, I you know, it was weird. Like, when I first saw, like, this other guy, I just saw him and I'm just like, I don't know why, he's a really handsome man. Like, he's really handsome. I don't know.
Stirring feelings that I never knew.
What?
But I think it's very awesome that they decided to make another Gaim a Team Baron member.
Yeah, that's like some irony in that.
And it's funny because we see Team Baron is now successful and popular, and there's 0 shots of Team Gaim, which means they were probably crushed into submission.
Also, remember how in episode 10 I was saying that, like, Zio, like, Gates is kind of like eh? In this episode, Gates is actually pretty awesome because I kind of like the whole, like, just loner kind of thing he's doing. I like that.
I don't like that he fucking watched another Gaim shove a dude into a Helheim portal and just stood there and did nothing. And
Maybe
then
he just didn't expect that to happen?
and then the next guy that gets attacked, Gates finally decides, you know what, I don't like your tactics. But it's really interesting because the Time Jackers approach Gates and they're like, you want to stop Omizio? We want to stop Omizio. Why aren't we working together? And that's actually a really fucking good point!
Yeah.
They all want to stop Omizio, so why are they opposing each other?
And then Gates, like, called out, like, the Time Jackers on, like, bullshit. It's like, oh, well, you guys fuck up shit. And they're like,
I'm
yeah,
not getting your tactics.
yeah. And they're like, oh, you're not fucking guilty of that either?
You've been fucking with time just as much as we have.
Yeah.
Just being here.
And then, like, the whole time there's, like,
And they're right.
And there's, like, some weird girls in dresses with clocks on their faces and they're dancing. And
yeah,
really
like,
weird.
I thought that was just some byproduct of them stopping time and getting all fucky with the dimensions, but then they, like, resume time and they're still there dancing. I'm like, oh, I guess they were just fucking actually there.
Yeah, the weird, I was gonna bring that up, the weird, like, Salvador Dali melting clock face background dancer ladies.
And I love that Aura, while they're frozen, just, like, moves the clock hands on one of their faces.
Yep.
Just to fuck with them.
It's time for dancing.
But yes, I agree with Rhythm in our chat. No Zack and Pecco. RIP. 0 out of 10.
Yeah, no, I was very, very sad with the huge lack of Zack and Pecco. So, but oh well. Maybe they just couldn't get them.
There's an obscene lack of Zack.
Maybe they were also sent to Helheim.
You know what? I'd be willing to believe that at this point, because they said there were several missing members.
Yep.
For the very first time, them reusing it's actually made sense.
And then, yeah, Gates also gets shot. Yeah, so another thing we forgot to mention is that another guy also has an ability to just make cracks, like Helheim cracks, into Helheim.
Yeah.
Fucking cool. And so he obviously sends Gates into one. So Gates ends up in Helheim. And
I just love that he drops the crack onto him.
Yeah, just...
And then Swartz is all, oh no, too bad, he had potential. Oh well, next guy.
Next guy. And then he runs into Kaitou.
Who apparently has been in Helheim for 5 years.
Looking for
according to what he said.
Wow.
So, did he eat Helheim fruit? Is he already Lord Baron?
No, Baron. Oh. Ooh.
Well, if he was there for 5 years, he would have starved to death if he did something.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I still need to get that Helheim fruit that came with candy that's actually supposedly supposed to taste like what the Helheim fruit's supposed to taste like. So.
It tastes like burning.
Tastes like Invis.
It tastes stale.
Oh yeah, we see Invis like attacking and shit like that.
Yeah, the elementary
cool.
Invis.
I was like, hey, Invis, cool, like actual monsters.
Blaze in our chat is like, oh, Kaitou just ate the other missing members.
Oh, jeez.
It's sold out lane. You're never gonna get. Yeah, probably not. I had a chance to though. Once upon a time.
So we'll never know what the forbidden fruit tastes like?
Nope.
So Waz walks into the clock shop with an actual clock for Junichiro
And
to
just
fix.
fucking the uncle just fucking just.
Oh my god, a real clock!
Oh, just fucking.
Make yourself at home, have tea, I'll fix it!
And then like Waz is about to like throw it out because he's like, time is like meaningless or some shit.
No, he's like, if you can fix it, you can use it, and if it's not usable, you should just throw it away.
And then like just fucking uncle just instantly cuts it. I said I'll fix it.
So, like, did Waz just bring this clock in just to make a really fucking ham-handed analogy?
Yes, because that's
I'm
totally
pretty
within
sure that
Waz's
is what he let
character.
it in,
This
yeah.
clock is like that asshole Gates. Dunk in the garbage can.
And then we start getting into the mystery of the two Sogos because
My two Sogos.
I actually didn't realize that because then like
when he first fought his Gaim armor, he went a whoa through time.
Yeah.
And then we see him with the dark blue shirt and normal Sogo with the light blue shirt back and forth. So I'm very surprised you didn't pick up on that.
I didn't. So then Soup just like stops Sogo and it's just like, wait, you were wearing a blue shirt before, what the fuck? I don't know what you're talking about.
I love it. Like, over several encounters over the episode, like, actual Sogo runs out and then normal Sogo runs back in with, like, all of the information.
Yeah, and like Sogo's just like, oh, Waz, we already got the guy in Ride Watch and everything. And
oh, wow, the dance team's disappearing. That's mysterious. I bet Gates is there. We should go right now.
Yeah, and like he already, like, he's like, oh, Waz, he already did the spiel. He's like, what?
I didn't do the speech yet.
I didn't do it. Oh my god, he's like questioning his whole existence now.
For a character who travels through time on the regs, you think he'd be able to handle that.
No, so I thought there were two Wazes, but I guess not.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, just one Waz.
But I love, in the third, I think, encounter between switching Sogos, Soup finally gets fed up with all the bullshit and just, like, wrestles him down onto the table and, like, almost, like, gets on top of him, basically. It was kind of hot.
So then, Jesus.
What?
Whoa.
I won't lie. It was fun.
So then we get to we cut to the actual stage from Gaim where like the dance team's performed and we got Baron dancing and
it's the actual Never Surrender
Never
song.
Surrender. Never
I'm a winner. It's such a fucking character tension breaker to hear the serious ass Kumon Kaitou say the word wiener in a fucking music song.
He's saying winner.
I know what he's saying.
So then they're dancing, and so then fucking Soup pulls the thing again that she did in episode 1, where she gets a microphone out of nowhere and just goes, "Hey you!" Pushes Sogo to the front of the crowd to like pretending like he egged them on.
I love it. In the middle of the crowd, she's just shouting into his ear, "If you cause a scene, the other one will show up. What are you talking about? Just fucking do it!"
So then he starts
Why
fighting.
Are you so...
So then he starts fighting another Gaim, and then the other Sogo shows up.
Oh, and the way he shows up is fucking amazing. So anyone who watched Gaim might have picked up on this, but while Zio is fighting another Gaim, he gets him. So the second Zio pokes his gun out from behind a pillar and shoots another Gaim in the back.
Yep.
Just like how Ryugen did it to Gaim in the TV show.
Oh my god, I never thought of that.
Yeah. So then it's just great. The other Sougo shows up. He's like, "Oh, there are two me's? Yeah, there are. All right, sweet, let's do it." And like he doesn't question it. He just teams up with himself.
Disco dancing with myself, outrageous.
And yeah, they just proceed to fucking fight another guy, and they just kick his ass. And then we see Ozarm again, which then someone made actually on Twitter made an interesting observation. He has not used X8. He has not used X8 armor since he debuted it. Not once.
Because Hammer Hands.
But Hammer Hands is cool. I love X8 armor. I like X8 armor and Gemu armor. But yeah, and then just like proceeds to kick his ass, and it was awesome. And it was, yeah, and then Gates has like a fucking like power debate with like or philosophy debate with Kaitou.
You don't have the resolve to change fate. What? I'm saying you're a pussy.
Yeah, and if Kaitou calls you a pussy, then you're a fucking pussy. Because if anyone who knows power, there's no one who knows power better than Kumon Kaitou, because he is the epitome of power.
The epitome of power?
Whatever the word is.
Epitome.
Epitome, thank you. Whatever. I'm tired. And also, that's why Kaitou's my favorite character in Gaim. So,
yeah.
Aside from Ryoma.
But I love it. Like, the second Zio shows up in Waz, you can almost hear the boner he pops at seeing two of his Wagamao.
Just the boner he pops.
The worst part is I kind of agree with you. He really did seem to be like, two of them?
Oh my god.
One groom? Two grooms?
But,
oh my god, can we have... That needs to be the thumbnail. Just that scene from Simpsons with, like, the two grooms and, like, the Reverend, and it's just Waz, and then, like, Gaim armor and regular Zio.
Sure.
One groom? One Zio? Two Zio?
But yeah, before Zio can deal the final blow, the second one, who clearly knows something he doesn't, stops him from dealing the final blow, and then he just fucks off.
Yeah, he's like, no!
And the episode ends with them staring at each other and getting creepily close to each other.
Yep.
But right before that, we get a shot of Koda with much longer hair now for some reason, just
and
like washing a building.
Well, yeah, because he's probably doing his thing where he has like multiple jobs, like he did in the start of the show.
Yeah.
So.
So next time, Swartz apparently decides to do something about Waz. We get to see that Suika the Suika Arms ride gadget that he's carrying. And Gaim through time! We're going to see both Zios as Gaim armor fighting in both time periods.
Yep.
Just like with Forza and Fi's armors.
Yep, that was cool. And so then 11.5.
They open with saying that the fact that there are two Sougos now is apparently just like Doraemon, except they can't mention Doraemon, so they censor it, like when they were talking about the Forza actors.
And Bleach. Yeah, and just like... There's this one part or whatever like that.
They're talking about Sogo's motifs and the fact that he's based on clocks, and Sougo had no fucking idea. He thought he was just based on the words Kamen Rider because of the text on his face.
And then we just get a zoom in of just like the top of his helmet that says Kamen, and we just get like the Kamen Rider! It's just Kamen! It just stops after that. I fucking die, and I want that as a fucking text tone. So he's just gonna get it for me. It's like Kamen!
It's so weird.
And then later on it shows like Waz has like some concept art for like original helmet designs for Zio, which some of them are actually pretty damn good. And
I have the image here.
I like the middle one, like with the pink clock hands and like the glowy eyes. That looks that's my favorite.
I actually like the bottom left and bottom right ones a lot.
The bottom right one kind of reminds me of Issa a bit. If you had like blue eyes.
The top right one looks like Shadow Moon with a little bit of ghost.
And then the one on the top left is just ugly.
I feel like they were trying to emulate build a little too much.
Yeah. And then like later it's like, yeah, but then my visor spells out Rider, and then it goes Rider. C-O.
Yep. And then the episode devolves into, look at all the shit we have from other shows.
Yeah, look at the clocks we have.
We have Build's clock, we have Double's clock, we have all of the others.
Look for the other clocks. I'm like, no.
Scavenger hunt.
And I'm like, No!
I looked like we took a cursory glance at each of those shots that they paused on.
I'm not gonna remember clocks from fucking Kamen Rider shows.
Like, we couldn't pick up on any of them except for builds and doubles, so if anyone knows of any of the other ones that are in there...
Was the ghost one in there?
The back clock? No, but I'm hoping it shows up in the Ghost Arc.
If anyone knows what other items were in there from other shows, let us know.
Even if in the Ghost Arc, just like Ghost goes like Billy the Kid Damashi or something like that, we see like the back clock attached to his gon gun, then
gon. It's called a gun saber.
Yeah, no, I know it's called that, but whatever. Gun mode.
Yeah.
And then Soup dances. That's really good.
Here's the thing. They talk about this gear door that's in the clock shop, and that just screams video game logic to me because clearly that thing is supposed to open, and it probably will at the end of the show.
Yep.
And Waz just like, he comes onto the scene with his hood on and in full prophecy mode, saying that one clad in blue will descend upon a golden field and make a bond with the lost land. My prediction on that, what that means, Kamen Rider Tsukuyomi.
Or Waz is just full of shit.
I mean, he has been accurate about everything so far.
Also, this is the non-canon part of the show, so that might not mean anything.
Who knows? It could still. Foreshadow
they told us how the other writers work. It's non-canon because the characters in the actual episodes won't know about this prophecy, but the fact that he's mentioning it doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
That's true.
So I'm predicting this is a foreshadow to Kamen Rider Tsukuyomi because while he's saying that, Soup is dancing in the fucking corner.
And then they make a reference to 8 a.m. and 10 p.m., which is when Rider debuts, and then they rerun it again on a Friday.
Yeah, because they say that 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. is when the clock shop is open, as opposed to its namesake, Kuji Goji, which would imply that it's open from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Because Q and Go.
Yeah. So,
and that episode ends with Waz saying, next week you're going to explain what the fuck all this time bullshit is, my Wagamo.
Yep. Wagamo. Anyways, Young Cook, set up! God, that's your cue. We're starting Lupin Pat.
Talking about the Looper bloopers.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Oh, I thought you did.
I wasn't into it.
Okay.
Wasn't into it?
But you love Lupinranger.
Yeah, you can not be into something at the moment.
But this is the shrimp episode.
Like I finished editing Ultra Ranger, and I was like I was supposed to watch it, and I was like, no, I didn't feel like watching
I'm fucking done!
Speed Racer Flubber that shit. Anyways, okay, so episode 39, Neol checks for intel, looks up Frieza Amigo.
So this is where we start getting back into dealing with our old pal Frieza Amigo.
Yeah, about fucking time, 15 episodes later.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
So we see the return of someone I did not expect to see back, but our shrimp boy Isalab, and this leads us to the revelation of something actually kind of important and yet somehow underplayed in the episode, is the fact that Zamigo's freeze ray gunshot attack is not killing people, but transporting them.
Yeah, so when they
We saw that in the last episode. We saw them poof, not breaking the pieces.
No, but the implication up until now is that when he did that, they were just fucking gone, dead, non-existent.
They were gone from a certain point of view.
But now we know that they've been transported, which means that all of their loved ones are alive. They're just being kept somewhere.
Yep.
And they don't really talk about that.
Okay.
That's life, isn't it?
So, no, that's actually cool knowing that, like, their loved ones are actually not dead.
Yeah.
Well,
there
you go. You guys legit just shot the whole point of the show in half.
So the whole point of this episode was the fact that, like, they still want to have, like, fucking Zamigo be their backup plan, but they don't want to tell Noel about him because, like, they don't trust him to, like, keep the secret, but then later on Noel's like, oh, no, guys, I'm your ally, but I won't tell anyone. So that's what this is about. And just, these two episodes, I did not give a shit about. Like, Kairi was weird. Kairi's still kind of being a stuck-up asshole to Keiichiro, and I don't like it.
Like, I get why he's doing it, because he doesn't like the fact that Keiichiro reminds him of his brother, but it's still really annoying to watch.
Yeah, it's annoying. I'm like, just
fuck already.
Just let him in.
Ha!
Just fuck.
Let him in, alright.
Ew.
So Isolab, the shrimp boy, his Lupin collection power is levitation, and his ability is just shooting fucking shrimp missiles.
Woo. Cool.
What a weird match.
Also, he made a really fucking stupid pun. He's like, oh, shrimp fry, how about a shrimp that can fly? And I'm like, fuck you!
Oh yeah, when he turns his weapon into a jetpack.
It's like a shrimp jetpack! And I'm like, you fuck, this is such a weird gangler. Oh,
I just love that after the first fight with him, Sakuya apparently is just searching the streets for fucking shrimp. Like, really?
Sakuya's that stupid. And just, ow.
So, like, he runs into Umika, and she, like, posits what's actually happening as a hypothetical situation to him, and she just resolves to tell Toma that she should trust Noel because we haven't learned anything about Zamigo in fucking forever. And I'm like, yes, thank you. We haven't had any decent plot progression in so many fucking episodes. Goddamn, do something about it!
Yeah, so then Noelle or whatever like that just is like, oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, no, don't worry, I won't tell anyone. And then we also find out something interesting. Noelle didn't know about Zamigo. So whoever his loved one was that he lost wasn't because of Zamigo.
Yeah.
So, which in episode 40, it's kind of because after it shows that scene with Noelle, like they're like talking about Noelle, like, oh wait, Zamigo didn't like affect his loved one. Immediately cuts to Destra. So
Destra probably killed.
Destra probably did it.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's why he has such like a fucking fascination with Destra.
Or maybe Ghost, because she was in that scene too.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah. So
the focus of this episode was, of course, Lupin Red using the Victory Striker to evolve into Super Lupin Red.
That's Super Looper.
Yeah. And I gotta say, it's pretty fucking badass.
It's broken.
Yeah.
Apparently, it has using the power of a Boeing 747 plane gives you the ability to predict fucking your enemy's movements.
Spider sense.
I'm like, what?
I'm sorry for my long absence there. Mom called me downstairs to talk about shower curtain.
Nice.
I mean, Super Lupin Red looks like he's wearing a shower curtain.
Yeah, like, it's okay for him.
Kinda
like,
does, actually.
It's eh. I don't care for it too much. Because I like the Siren Striker armor better.
But Zamigo actually manages to counter him pretty effectively because he notices that Super Lupin Red's prediction only goes for a few seconds, so he outwits him by making a different move more than what his prediction extends to.
And then he like tosses Shrimp Boy out in the way of the blast. Yeah, when the attack he uses, holy shit!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone brought this up while I was in shower curtain hell, but this episode had a pretty big, huge revelation in it, which is that the people who are trapped in ice are not.
Oh yeah, that they're not killed; they're transported. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yep, and also I thought, you know how he used shrimp guy, Isidore, I think his name is. Isolab, close. As a shield, I was thinking it would have been super horrible if he just teleported one of their friends in.
Oh yeah.
But thankfully that didn't happen.
I'm still sad that we're 40 episodes in and we didn't get the episode I was predicting where one of the ganglers just used Toma's fiance as a disguise.
Right?
He's like, I can't do it, I can't shoot her, it's my fiance. I wanted that.
Well, we got that alternate universe thing where they had to shoot their love.
I still think there's enough time for us to have an episode where some ganglers use their loved ones as disguises.
I hope so.
But yeah, so Isolab gets dusted. Ghosh comes in and revives him, And we get to see Victory Lupinranger, who poses with a fucking V symbol.
Yep.
That was pretty cute.
It's a cool back. I just like the Victor Striker. It's a fucking cool trigger machine.
I just like that this is the only Megazord formation that actually, after becoming a Megazord, transforms back into its vehicle mode while still being combined.
Yeah.
The flying mode.
That was cool.
It was badass.
I like
that. So yeah. They start to piece together the information about Zamigo, the Patos. And yeah, as you mentioned, Kari realizes Noel didn't know Zamigo, so now we have more questions. Next week is the wedding episode, according to the preview, even though that was a fucking fake out.
Oh, okay, so, yeah, so, Power Ranger episode 39 was obviously, like, you know, kind of the more plot-heavy episode. It was, like, you know, answering some questions. Then we get into episode 40, which just goes into, like, total...
Yeah.
No, we're just gonna have
has a gangler, which special power is making everyone me.
Makes you worry more and just think of absurd reasons.
People crippling anxiety.
And so, like, the whole time, like, Kairi's being suspicious, going out when Toma and Umika don't know, and they don't know where he's going off, they think he's slacking and stuff like that, and we don't know why. And then we find out at the end of the fucking episode it's because of a fucking puppy! Why are you hiding the fact that you're taking care of a puppy? What's embarrassing about that? Oh, I'm so fucking cool and badass! I can't let them know I'm taking care of a puppy! That's gonna ruin my cool reputation! Like, I'm sorry.
That's it!
I'm sorry!
There isn't any more to it!
That was stupid!
Yes, it was!
You don't need to ever hide that you're taking care of a fucking cute little puppy! And it was a cute little fucking puppy! How about you take care of it? Bring it back to the bistro! Show it to the customers! They'll fucking go, aw, it's a puppy!
Restaurant.
So I don't know if anyone else picked up on it, but at the start of the episode when they're talking to Kogure, he makes a pun about sabotaging the restaurant because the word sabota is Japanese for slacking off. So, like, oh, Kairi's not here. Is it sabotage?
Sorry, that was... I don't usually fucking ramble like that. Go on tangents.
No, that's fine.
God damn! So then... yeah, so then Toma and Umika get affected by this worry beam, and, like, it's actually kind of hilarious because, like, you think, like, Umika would think of, like, these... which... I would have loved if... I honestly wish the Patos were the ones who got hit by this beam, because it would have been... That would have been funny as hell.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been so... So I think they were focusing on the wrong Sentai for this episode.
I would love to see what Keiichiro would worry about.
Or Sakuya! Just, like, being like...
He'll just obsess over Umika not liking him.
Maybe. Or, like, Keiichiro not respecting him enough or something like that. Like, oh, God. So, anyways... But honestly, Toma was fucking hilarious because he, like...
What if he eats too much food and gets fat and then a
woodpecker flies and hits him in the stomach and he explodes and we get the same shot twice, like... Because, like, they're talking about, like, oh, he's talking to, like, this like, the store owner, this woman, and it's like, oh, what if it's like he likes her and then they go on a date and they end up getting married, they have kids and then she leaves them.
They get divorced and he dies alone. Oh my God!
Genuinely sad.
And then he goes into a restaurant and it's like, oh, what if he like really likes the meat and then he eats too much and then a woodpecker flies in and it hits him in the stomach and he explodes. You just see him going like, ah!
It's like an actual like explosion with fire.
I just love the fact that they're sitting at a table in the same restaurant being completely not subtle.
I'm just like watching this happen and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, and then there's the fact that this fucking monster himself, Jugon Manatee.
Oh yeah! They're like arguing over whether the fuck he's either a dugong or a manatee, and
His name is Manatee!
I yelled going,
well, his
both!
name is Jugon Manatee.
Oh!
He's both!
I didn't pick up on that,
he's
actually.
Both of them!
And he's this fucking boat-faced motherfucker! What the hell kind of design is that?
Also,
kind of like Barney.
And what's great is he's like actually smart because he's like a tactician and he's like researched both teams and he knows their mechs.
He's reading a fucking art book about the teams.
They mentioned
that was an art book. You're right.
They mentioned Tricolor.
Yeah.
So like so the movie's canon, which is cool.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, and he has like a photo scrapbook, like with like glued on pictures of like all the different Kaisers and shit like that.
And he like studies up on the Megazords and everything too.
And like Don Yaboon comes in and he's like, oh, I like what you're doing. Like you're actually like researching before. I've never seen them before. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. This is interesting. He like walks away and I'm like, what do you do? Like, what does he do when he's not watching like a gangler do stuff? Like what's he's just like hanging around shooting the shit?
Crime.
No, he's not doing crime. He's trying to get out of crime. He's retiring.
I don't know. So, his natural ability is his air slicing attacks, his worry beam, and his Lupin piece lets him generate smoke, which is a neat thing for a thief power to have. But when they actually steal the Lupin piece, it's a recolor of Cube Whale's spear spout.
Yeah, I was like,
a familiar-looking pixelated water spout.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, just the fucking story was so funny, and like they go to like another one, like they talk about it again, and then like in front of Kyrie, like the whole woodpecker thing, like you mentioned this guy, we see the same fucking scene, and then just like Kyrie's like, what the fuck? Woodpecker?
Yeah, like, they go on about their scenarios in front of Red, and then, like, Jugon Manatee shows up, and they're like, undo your spell on Red, you fiend! You fucking morons. It was you two who got hit by the worry beam.
Yeah.
They also think that, Good Striker is the woodpecker for a second.
Yeah, and it's like, it's me, Goody! And, like, Noelle's just, like, looking at them like, what the... Like, it's literally John Trump. What the...
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't like where this is going.
So Noel just goes, well, it looks like it's you and me, Red Coon. So the two of them hench in and do their roll call as the Lupin Boopins.
The Lupin Boop. Wow, you've really, like, stooped to just not, like, calling them by their proper names anymore. The Lupin Super Loopers, the Lupin Boopins.
They both go super form.
Those sound like fucking, like, CBC kids shows. Like the Sabums or something.
It's Lupin and Boopin.
Oh my god,
Smooth is powerful. Believe it. I like that show. Now they have like this new one that's like fucking birds, and I'm like, you're not the Sabums. You're just a cheap knockoff of the Sabums.
You're just a wannabe who looks like him.
No, I actually
wannabe. Be gone.
I actually used to watch the Sabums a lot. It was fucking cool.
I did it. I made a Space Jam joke.
Okay.
But yeah, so they both go super. And then Super Red uses the turbines in his armor to blow away the smoke.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
I like that. That's alright by me.
And then they transform, and then they do an illusion where they summon, like, every single version of Lupin Kaiser. And it's like...
we missed, the fact that they actually had to turn the knobs on his suit.
Oh, yeah, I saw it!
Oh, my God.
I was like, bah!
That was actually cool.
But yeah,
Lupin Fever!
So then they have him guess, they have Manatee guess, like, oh, which one's the actual Lupin Kaiser, because, like, you know...
Which one's different?
Which one's different, and which thus means which one's the real one.
Yeah. So he picks him out, because, they spawn a bunch of different Lupin Kaiser configurations. They have normal Lupin Kaiser Magic, Lupin Kaiser Splash Magic, Siren Lupin Kaiser Strong, which never happened, and Victory Lupin Kaiser. You pick the right one, and your prize is death!
Yeah, and we actually found out in a scan today that a new Patranger scan that the Patrangers are actually going to use the Siren Striker with Pat Kaiser.
Hooray!
So now I have to get the Siren Striker because they use it.
Told you.
Well, yeah. So luckily Dave has one for me, so I'm gonna get one.
I told you they'd use it.
Yay. And yeah, so they fucking destroy him.
And after that, they discover Kyrie's been looking after this
fucking puppy. I don't know why. Anyone listening to this, don't ever be embarrassed about taking care of an animal. Never be embarrassed by that, because no one's gonna fucking make fun of you for it. It's a puppy. Everyone loves puppies.
And I just love that as soon as Noelle sees it, he just goes all full dairy on.
Oh la la! And then it kind of the puppy goes away, like you see Noelle crash into it, but it still does not top in Tokyuger just when Akira just had that fucking cat and he loved it so much and then it got taken away from him and he's just like,
yep.
I can't live anymore.
Shinibasho.
He loved that cat.
But Kairi decides that he's warming up to Keiichiro after all, and as a show of friendship, he installs his game that he was playing.
I thought he was at first giving him his number.
That's what I thought too.
I
thought that it was actually a Kamen Rider mobile game at first.
No, he's like, you know what? I'm going to trust you. Just writes a note in his phone. I'm Lupin Red. You just see Keiichiro just go like.
It's like that scene from Simpsons where Mr. Bergstrom gives Lisa the note and then gets on the train.
You are Lupin Red.
Yeah. You are Lupin Red.
Yeah, it just Keiichiro's like,
what?
Yeah. So then he finds the restaurant owner to take care of the puppy.
The woman that Umika thought he was going to get divorced from.
Yeah. And then next week, Zamigo, Destro, and the loopers and poopers get stuck in the gangler world.
In the scooper.
Yeah, the looper pooper scoopers.
And we get trapped in the gangler world.
I didn't even know there was a gangler world.
You need to shop.
That's where their mansion is.
You need to shop that for a title. Just take the Lupinranger Ranger logo and just put it with looper pooper scoopers.
Looper pooper scooper.
Kaito Sentai Loopers and Keisatsu Sentai Poopers.
No, they should be the scoopers because they're gonna arrest all the criminals.
It's the scoopers. The Looper Scoopers.
The Scooper Rangers.
God damn it, Ichi. Get sick more often. You don't make any sense.
I am so fucking blasted right now.
Well, good thing we're done, so...
Hooray!
Yay, so we're not talking about Go 110 Years Later, because we won't talk about it until Gar's actually on the show to talk about it.
Which means we're gonna have to do something else for next week. So...
let's go through our list!
I already know what it is.
What is it?
Jikai, Radio Sentai Castranger. Freshly subbed is the Lupin Pato Specials, another Nigo and Ultimate Weird combination.
Cool.
So we'll be talking about some Lupin Pato side specials next week.
Yeah, which apparently we found out that pre-Sakuya, he's actually showing up in the show.
Cool.
Yeah, he has a VS changer. So.
Neat.
Ooh, potential pre-Nigo becomes new Nigo.
Prigo?
Yes.
That's what we'll call him.
Prigo Amigo.
Patron Prigo.
Patron Prigo Amigo. So this has been Castranger. Hope you enjoyed this special double episode.
If you're new here, I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you're interested, like and follow, subscribe, check out all our stuff. The hub for our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. Check out our merch store, which now is currently on Black Friday sales.
Yep.
/ Cyber Monday sales if you're listening to this after the episode goes out.
Yep.
We have a Discord where you can not only talk with us and other fans, but listen to the show live Friday nights. And, of course, check out our Patreon where you can consider donating to help us make the show better for you.
Comments for Lane, please!
# comments for Lane.
I need more toys.
Let us know what you thought of these episodes in the comments, and let us know if you have any predictions for what's coming up.
Yeah, that.
And as always, we will see you next week, and hopefully I won't be sick and dying.
Thank you for listening to the show, and I hope you get better.
Most likely next week I'll be sick and dying.
Hooray!
I will not be surprised if just next week I'm just like,
no. I won't be surprised if you're like that tomorrow.
I hope not. I can't afford to be sick right now, especially at work.
Oh.
I'll be fine.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Subscribe.
Ah!